Recently with streaming, I've got a few questions here and there about what kind of HUD mods I use for certain simulators. So in this video, I'm going to go over things that I mentioned previously, but only focus on HUD related stuff. I'm also going to talk about Simhub and Racelabs as well. So even if you already saw my previous guide videos on applications for Assetto Corsa, you will still find more info in this video. Starting out with Assetto Corsa, I'm gonna start in the left side of the screen. I'm using TV Competizione, or as I like to refer to it, ACCTV. It's not just the TV tower on the left side, but also the session info at the top middle and at the top right. They're all from TV Competizione. I did tweak some settings in the text files to make it look a bit more black and white, and so it doesn't highlight my name on the TV tower, but that is just my personal touch to it. You can customize it yourself. The page on Race Department has instructions included. Next to the tower, I have these days Substanding extended relative timer, and I think that's probably the best one out there. I used many different apps in the past for just telling distances between cars, but none of them worked as well and none of them were as customizable as Substanding extended. By the way, Substanding extended can also be used for TV tower as well, but I still prefer ACTV Competizione over it because it includes things like ping counters for multiplayer racing and clearly visible car numbers. Substanding, pretty cool, but for me, ACTV Competizione, or ACCTV as I often refer to it, takes the cake. In the middle we have Car Radar, which is one of the lesser known radar mods that you can get for AC. If you use Content Manager with Shaders Patch, there's already one radar built into the game that you can use. There's also Helicorsa, but I prefer Car Radar. The main reason, again, customizability. Keep in mind, Car Radar sometimes can get a bit funky with certain cars. I don't know what can fix that. I think that might be down to the car's collider files or something there being a bit fishy. But generally, I don't often use these radars. I just wanted one in case there's a crash that we need to watch back on replay or something. It looks nice. On the right side, we have Map Display Extended, and I enable the feature which generates track maps as soon as I launch the game. This way, I have always an accurate map about the track. There are very few times when this feature does not work, and that usually comes down to the quality of the track. Something might be fishy there, but this is hands down the best track map out there. Again, tons of customization. It's done by the same guy who created the extended version of Substanding, so if you like one of them, give the other one a shot as well. They are both very good. Down in the middle, I have various different mods, so I'd like to start again on the left side. DK Steering Wheel. It's a customizable steering wheel app that showcases how much you turn the wheel. Nothing fancy, but it helps telling others how much you turned without using an onboard camera. Right next to it is Sidekick Extended, and I turn some of the extended features off, so I don't use all of the glowing stuff that's built into the extended version, and I have the scaling up to 1.05. Above it, there are two mods that I use. One is called Pitlane Penalty, which I actually have no clue where is the recent version of it on the internet, and Elemental HUD, which requires you to install a specific font in order to look nice, otherwise you just have some N's and A's or whatever character that is going across the screen. So this is my preferred setup for Assetto Corsa. Things get a bit different when we move to other simulators, because there is one question: what are you planning to use for other sim? There are two main options that I consider when it comes to using HUDs that work for multiple different sims. So on one end we have Racelab, which is mainly for iRacing, but it also supports ACC and F1. I've used Racelabs in the past, but my user experience wasn't the best with it. It's a nice looking HUD, and I know tons of people use it. For me, it did not click over time. I ended up using Simhub, and for Simhub, it took me a while to find mods that work together well in almost every single sim that I play, and that includes AC, ACC, AMS2, rFactor 2, and RaceRoom. These are the 5 sims that I play here and there, some more than others. What worked out for me for Simhub is the combination of these 4 mods: Too Much Info, Sidekick, RF2 HUD, and AMS2 Overlay Pack. These 4 mods work pretty nicely together, and it's been working well for me for almost every sim. When it comes to RaceRoom, there is one overlay that you can use that's a completely separate stuff called Otterhud, and usually I combine Otterhud with Simhub. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys find something useful in this video. If you did, make sure to let me know. Have a good day or night. I'll be seeing you around.